Were Tyson Fury's glove in the Wilder rematch approved for competition in the state of Nevada? We're going to talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Head over to my Patreon. Got some stuff coming. Link in the description. Or you can hit the join button to become a YouTube channel member. And it's the join button right underneath this video. Let's get it. Let's talk about it. Actually, before I get started, ESPN Plus, if you're interested in ordering ESPN Plus, they have a great fight this week. Get the ESPN Plus pay-per-view, UFC 251, Jorge Masvidal. It's a banger. They got it done last minute, late terms. I'm looking forward to it, and it should be a great fight. So if you want to order that, use my link. It does help the channel. You can get it as a standalone app, or you can bundle it. ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus. All three apps, one price, $12.99 a month. Now let's talk about it. I have some questions, more questions. This Tyson Fury Glovegate 2.0 will not go away. You know, we need to get answers. This is, you know, we're doing the Lord's work, basically, because boxing is such a grotesque and gruesome sport. We got to do our part, and things, when they look shifty, should definitely be concerning, not just for new media, but for everybody. Now, unless you live under a rock, this is the hottest news and storyline in the boxing world. You know, we're in a pandemic, not many fights, definitely the fights that have come up and that are on the books aren't a new fight. Like, there's no real new fights, you get what I'm saying? And these pictures emerge. Wilder's bruises look, you know, out of control, the damage he sustained in that particular fight. And in real time, when people watch it, they're like, man, Tyson Fury gained some weight. You know, he came with a different game plan. But as these pictures emerged and people started doing investigation, a lot of people were left doing a double take. So let's look at some of the pictures. And I want to pose the question. I'm curious, you know, I definitely want to hear from the sanctioning bodies, and like everybody involved. Is this legal? Like, were these Paffin Sport gloves legal? Because you look at them and they look like they're imploding. It almost looks like a keloid or some type of like burn or something. Like, it just looks crazy, concaved, and like a car that got in a used car or something. These are Fury's Paffin Sport gloves, and you can see from the shading and the shadows, it almost looks like a jelly bean. Like, you look right here and it bows inward. So I'm wondering, you know, for boxing heavyweight, it should be 10-ounce gloves, and this is the condition of the gloves. Like, are you kidding me? Like, when have you watched a fight and the person's glove look like that? You see that? And it looks so scarce in the padding. And boxing wants me to believe that this is normal. I'm supposed to believe that that's normal. Like, that's what a glove is normally supposed to look like. And old media, they want to tell you what you see is not what you see, and defy all conventional wisdom. Say that's what's normally supposed to happen with 10-ounce heavyweight boxing gloves. But you can go all through the internet and tell me someone's gloves who look like this. This was before the fight. Look how it looks like, almost like a paper mache. You know, a lot of creases. And I understand some level of wrinkle, but this looks like a brain or something. Like, it has wrinkles, and this was before Tyson Fury even fought. And this is very concerning. Wilder, his brother, had made a post and accused Tyson Fury of basically tampering with and putting a blunt object or some type of way loading the glove. And pictures like this are unexplained. Like, I've never seen this in boxing. What is that? Almost looks like, if you look sideways, it looks like a pig snout or something. Like, when have you ever seen someone's glove and it looks like it got hit with the sonic boom? You see how it's like dented inward. And I understand camera angles. I do actual photography and filmography, or videography, excuse me. And it's more than just light. There's something wrong. Like you could tell this. It's like perforated inward, imploded. I mean, I've never seen this in boxing. Just look at that picture. You know, these are crazy shots, and these are all media asset libraries. These aren't Photoshop, and you know, people. It looks crazy, so people say it's Photoshop. Now, this was not the same glove from Fight Night, but this is when last year a sparring partner accused Tyson Fury of trying to damage and beat up guys to gain confidence with gloves with no padding, and he said he could basically push his thumb all the way through, and he claims, Nick Asbury, that Tyson Fury was wearing those particular gloves, right? And what a coincidence that Tyson Fury's gloves look crazy in the fight. Like, look at these dents and stuff like that. It almost looks like you could see his knuckles or whatever that is. Like, it just looks bad condition for brand new custom fit gloves, which begs the question, are these gloves legal? Because I don't see how you could compete in a pro contest where people are paying $80 pay-per-view. It's being seen not only on ESPN, but Fox. This was a big joint fight. And this guy has gloves that look like they've been used in somebody's PAL boxing gym for, you know, they're just throwaway gloves. Wilder's ears bleeding profusely, things like that. So new media, we did what we always do. We decided to look into the rules, and I'm going to tell you kind of some of the things that we found. So per the Nevada State Athletic Commission, State of Nevada, Department of Business and Industry Athletic Commission, boxing glove approval policy, right? Says the Nevada NSAC requires that any glove manufacturer that intends to seek approval for use of a specific model of glove in the state of Nevada for professional contests of unarmed combat must meet the following requirements. So it's pretty lengthy. I'm going to try to blow through this. 1, a letter from the promoter and or fighter requesting the use of specific model of gloves on an upcoming event scheduled in the state of Nevada. 2, they have to supply glove documentation, the product life cycle, warnings, warranties, all testing information that the manufacturer has done, any and all information about the manufacturer and the gloves that you would like us to consider. 3, a tech pack glove specs, so they need the specifications, including but not limited to pictures, dimensions, and weights of all materials used in the glove. 4, sample swatch of all materials used in the glove. So that would be the padding and everything. 5, 1 pair each of 8-ounce and 10-ounce gloves. So even though it's a heavyweight fight and over like 135, they're wearing the 10s, it says they need an 8-ounce and a 10-ounce pair, right, of these particular gloves with proper labels, size of glove, warning labels, product life cycle label. Please note, if the gloves submitted do not weigh within 0.2 of an ounce of the specified weight, the approval process will cease. So it has to weigh the exact, you know, amount within 0.2 of 8-ounce or whatever. 6, copy of current business license and proof of liability insurance on the glove company submitting the request. If using an outside manufacturer, they also need to submit a copy of the current business license and proof of liability insurance. 7, contact person, email, and phone. 8, by submitting your gloves for approval, A, you agree that the gloves will be dissected during the review and approval process. B, further, that all samples will be discarded after review. So they were just samples of the materials and stuff. C, should the commission require any modifications for approval, new samples as outlined in number 5 must be submitted. Upon receiving all, you see, in bold, upon receiving all of the requested information and gloves, the NSAC may schedule a conference call if more information is needed. The submission of above requirements does not guarantee the approval of gloves. The gloves and materials used will be evaluated for safety. Look at this. Interesting. It will be evaluated for safety and quality standards, right? Very important stanza. The gloves and material used will be evaluated for safety and quality standards. conditional approval of the model of glove can be given to the manufacturer, can provide proof that the glove submitted has been successfully used at 5 different professional shows outside of the state of Nevada. Right? So they want to see, like Canelo. I remember Abel Sanchez didn't want Canelo's trainer to use his glove in the Golovkin rematch. Canelo's trainer has his own brand, Boxing is Life, and he was questioning, and I'll bring that up in a second, questioning the safety of those gloves. You know, I'll do it right now. Abel Sanchez, let's say protest Canelo Boxing is Life gloves. This was in Nevada too. Golovkin's trainer explains their protest of Canelo's gloves. See? So this is a real thing. And this was August 2018. Golovkin's team issued their rejection to the NSAC, Nevada State Athletic Commission, to prevent Canelo Alvarez from using a brand of gloves called No Boxing, No Life. Right? I'll put this link in the description. The brand of gloves, No Boxing, No Life, has been used in Canelo in his training camps. The brand is a personal project of Eddie Reynoso, who trains Canelo. They have been used on Mexican soil in some events and also an amateur tournament, right? Copa Guadalajara. But the Nevada State Athletic Commission has already given the go-ahead for the gloves to be used for the first time on September 13th at a show Golden Boy will have in Las Vegas. Abel Sanchez, who trains Golovkin, has been very vocal that he does not want Canelo using those gloves in the fight. Abel Sanchez says, he told ESPN Deportes, if you notice, they are gloves that have never been used in a championship fight. And not just in a championship fight, they have never been used in a fight that's 4, 6, 8, or 10 rounds in the U.S., said Sanchez to ESPN Deportes. We did not feel that it was fair to use them because they have not been tested. We do not know if they're going to break. Can you imagine if they break in the 3rd round and Canelo gets the advantage to recover or take a break? They're just gloves that have not been used. We have no problem with other brands. We just want them to fight with gloves that are tested. So we are ensured that they will not be damaged. Gloves are very important. Look at Abel. Gloves are very important in a fight, and it does not have anything to do with the fact that they are Mexican gloves. So he says he's not familiar with the brand like that. And Canelo wasn't, let's see, Canelo not allowed to use No Boxing, No Life gloves. Let's see if that comes up. He got to use them in the Jacobs fight, but this is for Golovkin. Canelo. Let's say Golovkin. Let me add Golovkin. After their controversy took place last year, Canelo did not allow, or the Nevada State, you see this? Nevada State Athletic Commission did not allow Canelo Alvarez to wear the No Boxing, No Life brand gloves at the request of Golovkin. Right? So he got to wear them in the Jacobs fight. But Abel, his protest was successful. So let's get back to it. Gloves will be formally approved and posted on the website upon successfully meeting one of the conditional approval processes. So Nevada has a pretty extensive, I would say, approval process, right? You got to follow all these standards, you know, go through, send the swatches, send 8-ounce and 10-ounce versions of the glove. We need your business license. We need to know 4 or 5 fights where this was used, and the model of glove, the life cycle, warranty info, warning labels, all the materials you use. You know, it's pretty extensive. You guys see that? And again, it says the gloves and materials used will be evaluated for safety and quality. Then Nevada State Athletic Commission, per their own info, says gloves will be formally approved and posted on the website upon successfully meeting. So if you submit the gloves and they get approved, then they should go on the website, right? So other people in the future can use it. Now, this is their website, and this is why I have questions. This is why I have questions. Hold on. Here's another thing. This is there's so much to this. It says under no circumstance will anyone tamper, massage, manipulate, or work the gloves to soften the padding. So when you look at in conjunction with what I just read you, that long lengthy spiel, right? It says the gloves will be looked at to see if they meet all quality standards. Where did it say it? Look, the gloves and materials used will be evaluated for safety and quality standards, right? So it's kind of mind-boggling to me that his ear is bleeding, which is not really typically an injury you see in boxing with 10-ounce gloves, and it's being approved. These gloves somehow got approved, or did they get approved? That's what we're trying to figure out. And they were allegedly evaluated for quality standards, but if you look at the gloves, they look like they're deteriorating. You know, this is the glove. This is an actual photo, fight night photo that I was given in a media asset library. So this was tested for quality standards, and it looks like, you know, a pig snout. I mean, it's just crazy. It looks like the glove is dented in, and there's various pictures throughout the internet, so I'm sure you guys could find others. This is just a few for, you know, the sake of this video. And it went through, this particular glove went through all these processes that we're talking. I don't know. I don't see how it would have been approved, because there's clearly a deformity with the glove. Now, again, you go back to this whole customized glove, custom glove procedure, and it says gloves will be formally approved and posted on the website upon successful meeting of the conditional approval processes. So I would imagine this PDF that says boxing glove approval policy, right? And then if you go to the website, you know, this is concerning. This is the website, and it says what type brands of gloves are approved for boxing and kickboxing. And they have a list of gloves, Adidas Pro, Dukes, right? And if you look at through all these gloves, Grant, Hit Hard, Lonsdale, Rev, Rival, Reyes, Title, Platinum, Pro, Venom, right? You look at all these gloves. I do not see any other section but this that calls for Paffin. And you look in the middle right here, it says Paffin Essential Boxing. That's it, right? Paffin Essential Boxing. So what does that even mean? You see right here, it says specific Reyes Pro Fight Safe Tech, Reyes Foam, Reyes Horsehair. You see how this spreadsheet, this Excel spreadsheet tells you specifically. It says Grant Foam, Grant Horsehair, right? Right here it says Grant Bicolor Thumb, Grant Bicolor Thumb, like specific models. It says Everlast MX, you see? Everlast Protex, Everlast MX. These are the specific models. Everlast MX 2.0, right? Specific models. But through this whole spreadsheet that is posted on INSAC, it just says Paffin Essential Boxing. So every other glove has specific gloves from the manufacturer that you can use, you know, like No Boxing, No Life. You can use the Challenger model, Horsehair. You could use whatever. And these are Canelo's trainer's gloves. You know, right here it says No Boxing Life. You could use the Champion brand Horsehair. They just got approved after that fiasco with Triple G's trainer not wanting them, but they later tested them and they met the criteria. So they added them to the list, which is why I showed you that. But right here, Tyson Fury had Paffin Sport gloves, right? Let me pull it up again. These are Paffin Sport, and they look deformed. And the only thing it says on the whole website is Paffin Essential Boxing. Like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Now, I went to Paffin's actual Instagram, and they have Fury's gloves that look crazy. Like, look at how they look. They look worn. They look like the Golden Girls, like really wrinkled and, you know, whatever. But Paffin, they said, congratulations to the one true king. This is the custom pro punchers fight gloves made for Tyson Fury. And then they tagged him. Team Fury, Tyson Fury, Wilder Fury 2, 19 weeks ago, Paffin Sport. So these are the exact gloves. Paffin Sport says these are the custom pro punchers glove. Now you go back to the INSAC and all it says is Paffin Essential Boxing. It doesn't say anything about Paffin Pro Puncher or Paffin Mexican horsehair or anything. It just says that. And then you look at, unless I'm reading it wrong, the initial documentation that we looked at, it says let's read it again. Gloves will be formally approved and posted on the website, which I just showed you, upon successful meeting of the conditional approval processes, which I, again, imagine would be this. So this is looking crazy. This is looking crazy. You have a glove that people are questioning. The WBC saying don't look into it, no investigation needed, but it's also not on the website. It's not specified. It just says Paffin Essential Boxing. I even went to Paffin's, on their page, it says that Tyson Fury wore the custom pro punchers fight glove. I went to Paffin Sport and you look at contests, you go to boxing gloves, right? I don't even see the exact, it says pro Mexican professional, right? Pro Mexican professional 10 ounces, right? This is available in 8 and 10 ounces. I don't even see anything that says exactly what it says on their Instagram. They have the pro classic, they have the pro Mexican professional gloves. Like, so why doesn't it have the specific models on the INSAC website? You know, similar to this. They're telling you exactly what Everlast you could wear. Everlast MXs, Everlast MX 2.0, Everlast Power Lock, right? Which you would imagine. But when it comes to Paffin, it doesn't even say Paffin Sport. It just says Paffin. So I'm assuming that's just the brand. And it says Paffin Essential Boxing. So were Tyson Fury's gloves that now look to be depreciated in a matter of, like, really from the moment he walked out, are they even approved? Because this hasn't been updated, you know, and I'm trying to get all the information. Look, this is their official website, and I'm familiar with the other commissions. And you look at, this is California. I know the first fight happened in California, but you see how it's nicely listed. It says Action Pro Gear. These are the Adidas that you could wear in the state of California. These are Cleto Reyes official lace-up competition boxing gloves you could wear, right? These are the Everlast you can wear. You see how it's all, they even have pictures of it to make it nice and convenient. You can wear the Power Lock Professionals, the Protex 3s, the Pro gloves, the MX or MX Elite. These are all tested and they meet the industry standard, right? Global Boxing, you can wear Grants, right? So the website is not even really specific. These are the Venom gloves you could wear, right? In the different sizes. You know, it's a little bit more outlined. But when you go to Nevada State Athletic Commission, it just says Paffin Sport. It doesn't say Paffin Sport horsehair. But when it comes to Rival, what does it say? Rival horsehair. When it comes to Grant, it says Grant horsehair. Tyson Fury clearly had horsehair gloves that, and on top of that, they look bad. So why is it specifying every other glove? Fly horsehair, Grant horsehair, tricolored. But when it comes to the Paffin, this is a German company. We have in an American fight, none of them on the website look like Tyson Fury's contest 10-ounce gloves. And then when you fast forward in real time, this is what his glove looks like. And you mean to tell me that this is not a cause for concern? When the gloves look like this, when the gloves are doing this, and this ain't a cause for concern, and it don't even look like they're properly listed on the website. So did Tyson Fury get, you know, put in the process for a custom glove and go through all these steps? And even if he did, you didn't do what you said is, once it's been approved, make it approved for everybody by posting it on the website, so it's a done deal. How does Tyson Fury get to wear a glove that I've never seen anyone wear in the state of Nevada? That's my question. Name a fight where in Nevada in boxing, they wore Paffin Sport. What did they say? Custom Pro puncher's glove, horsehair, like Tyson Fury, and they look like this. Tell me who else's fight. So you mean to tell me he just wore a glove that nobody in the history of boxing in Nevada wore? And now people have questions about it because it looks like it's buckling and dented in. If that is the case, then how did it go through this whole detailed process with the sample swatch and materials used and an 8 and a 10 ounce pair? How did it get past the quality control inspection? So somebody got some questions. Let me know in the comment section how these guys passed the quality control test when you clearly look at the gloves and you can see they don't look like regular gloves or they've been tampered with or whatever. That's not normal. You know, I did a video about Paffin Sport gloves. I showed you other people that have Paffin Sport, none of which look like this. Paffin Sport, like, hold on. Klitschko Fury fight photos, because they both wore Paffin, right? They both wore Paffin, and Fury was angry at the Paffins, but he had to wear them because Klitschko was the A side. Look, Paffin Sport. Paffin Sport. Conveniently, one of the most boring fights in heavyweight history. The gloves look rounded and regular. But then when Fury's fighting Wilder, let me go, because that looks like a Photoshop. Look at Fury's glove now. But when Fury's fighting Wilder, he runs through him and puts a dent in his head. And these gloves look totally different from the same manufacturer. So I'm not understanding this. I'm not understanding this. So did Tyson Fury grow power all of a sudden? 31 years into his career, or like 31 years old, right? And you look at Klitschko's gloves, they look like the actual baseline model that you see on Paffin's website. You see? Hold on. You go to Paffin's website, as I mentioned. Contest boxing. See, those damn near look like the same ones Klitschko has. But Fury, he has a special pair of gloves that somehow passed inspection, and they look like they're breaking up in the fight or been broken in. It's not making any sense, and I know it doesn't make any sense. So, we have to just stay on this subject. Let me know how his gloves look like that, and then they went to what they currently look like, with the Glovegate gloves. It just doesn't make much sense to me. Look, different angles. This looks like a rounded. He was in Germany. So let me get this straight. Klitschko, he fights Klitschko in Klitschko's backyard, Germany. The gloves look regular and definitely padded, same brand. But he comes to America. You have a fighter from England that comes to America, fights an American Olympian, a black American Olympian, right around the same time as the George Floyd situation. And mysteriously, Wilder has all these injuries and the gloves look totally different. And then you go to the website and there's not much clarity as to if these gloves are even approved. It just says Paffin Essential. So that means all these other brands tell you rival horsehair and, what version of rivals you could wear. But Paffin, just a German company in America, they just have it like that, where all it says is Paffin Essential and you can wear any style of glove that they make. I have so many questions. Let me know what you guys think. New media. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.